Hello, my name's C.Adamko. I live and work in Michigan. I started this YouTube channel because I saw not only opportunity, but a lot of problems. I titled this YouTube channel Dynamic Dating by Design. Well, it has to be by design because with all the dating websites out there, there's a lot of excellent technology, but very underutilized by the people who subscribe to them. So I'm not going to put a lot of effort and time into editing this like I would my other high grade productions and recordings. So I'm going to be talking about four major websites for online dating, and that is Match, Zoosk, OurTime, and POF. These are more appropriate, I think, or applicable to those that are 50 and over, or the baby boomer market. So dating is a lot different, a lot more challenging than it ever was when we were in our 20s and 30s, for sure. Now, all four of the websites vary a little bit in their technology, but they all are capable in terms of the dynamics and the technology available. So let's use an analogy like they're all relative to cars, let's say. BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, and let's say Audi. So the technology is there. They all have pretty much the same aspects, the same bells, the same whistles, and all of that. And they all can get you from point A to point B. Problem is, you kind of look out there in the parking lot and you see these four nice cars, or, if you want to include more autos for more websites that you know of. But the interesting thing about it is that they're all roadworthy websites, per se. The major problem is that all the drivers that hop into those vehicles, most of them, 80 to 90%, are terrible drivers. They don't look, they don't listen, they don't communicate, they don't watch, they don't use their turn signals. They are like the most sloppy drivers you'll ever see on the planet. Now, I can only speak for what I've seen because I only look at the women on these sites. But it's amazing how poorly done the profiles are, poorly written, information that's missing, like a lot of basic information not answered or no answer, very small amounts of data that you can even grab onto or latch onto or reply or to create or to start or initiate a conversation. And one of the major problems is that the women will put maybe their more youthful photograph on there as their main photo. And then depending on whether or not the site allows you 6 pictures or 8 or 16 or 24 or 30 or 36, you end up going down the line and you get towards the end and it's like they're a lot more older looking, more wrinkled, more haggard, if I can say that, than their main photo, which to most guys, it's such a turnoff. It's like a bait and switch. We're not trying to date you the way you used to look. You don't look that way anymore. You'll never get that way back anymore. Now, you might get in shape and be better looking than you were before, but in a lot of other areas and instances, you're not going to retrieve that youthful look. Now, I'm sure that the guys are the same way in a similar fashion, but I don't check out the guys, all right? So I'm looking at the women, and most of the time, women are much more prone to look and to create and to value looks and beauty, which is as it should be. But if you're going to put up a youthful picture that does not represent the true you right now, your condition, as if we were to see you in person right now, then you've created a false impression. And not only that, you're guilty of false advertising. I happened to email and talk to a couple of ladies that on the phone, and then met them physically in person, and my gosh, they were 3 times more wrinkled than their photographs indicated. Was I happy? Heck no. Did I feel deceived? Yes. Did their truthfulness, their honesty, and integrity go out the window in a second? Indeed it did. So it's very disappointing. And if you can't put out a decent profile in terms of information, what you like, what you don't like, what kind of person you are, and some great photographs, then you're not doing yourself any justice or the people who might be looking at you. So you have to consider your profile as, 2 things really. Your resume online, so consider that you're putting forth a resume for the most fantastic job that pays the most money, that has the greatest benefits, and the most superb bosses you have ever had the opportunity to work for in your entire life. Now, would you put bad, old, fuzzy, blurry photos on your resume? Would you be very short and just, not very detailed with your resume and the information? Or would you really promote or sell or market yourself as the employee or person that they should hire, hands down, bar none? Well, that's what you do, wouldn't you? But then why aren't you doing it on the dating website? You're trying to find the man of your life. Somebody that you could maybe spend the rest of your life with. Perhaps you've gone through a divorce or a couple divorces, and now you would prefer, if possible, that this be like saving the best for last. But you aren't going to accomplish it doing it so haphazardly as what I'm speaking of. So if you're not going to put your best foot forward, who's going to pay any attention to you? Who's going to take you seriously? The other way to look at your profile is if you were putting a portfolio together to be hired by a modeling agency. Now they're going to get really tough. They're going to look at you, your face, your smile, your hair, your eyes, your teeth, your body, your proportions. I mean, they're going to look at everything. And they're either going to hire you or just say, sorry, girl, you're going to have to go someplace else. You're not cut out for this. You'll never be. Well, it's the same way here. You're never going to find a good guy, a great guy, if you don't pay attention to the details. So you have to let people know who you are as a person, not the things you like to. Like, I like to golf, I like to eat pizza, I like to spend time with my family and friends. Well, duh, who doesn't? All right? Or there's some of the stuff that women say, like, I need someone who can make me laugh every day. Give me a break. Do you know how pathetic and needy that sounds? Somebody that can pump me up every day because you're like a bicycle tire that goes flat all the time. You can't even keep yourself pumped up. You're not effervescent. You're not outgoing. You're not enthusiastic. And you don't have a great attitude. And somebody else has got to do that for you? Come on. Wear your big girl pants. All right? This ain't Pampers time. I mean, you might want a guy that can pamper you. But I'll tell you what. No guy wants you in Pampers. Nobody wants to have to change your diapers for you, make you laugh, and do all this other stuff that you should be able to do on your own as an adult. If you're 50 and over, get your act together. My gosh, there's so many women that speak and act and write and answer emails so stupidly. It's amazing. Some of the sites, it's like, whoa. I have never seen so many women act so stupid and dumb in one place. And I'll tell you where that happens a lot. plenty of fish. Let's just call it plenty of flakes. Now, I'm a guy that likes to fish. And if somebody says, hey, go over to this lake, there's plenty of fish, man, I'll be right over there. But I'm expecting that I'm going to have some good catches, not everything that's crappy and I've got to throw back. I'm not in for catch and release. I'm in to catch a good one. I'm in to catch a keeper. And I'm only looking for one. Okay? I'm only looking for one. So, women, you got to get your act together because some of your stuff is just horrendous. You know, act like you got some brains. And I know some of you, this doesn't apply to you at all. You're the rare ones. You're the 5 or 10% of the population. The rest of you, I've got to say 90% of you, your profiles absolutely suck. They really do. Look up the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. Well, for online dating, it's not 80-20 where, 80% is, not very good, average and mediocre, and the other 20% are pretty phenomenal. No, it's more like 90-10 or probably 95-5. It might be in some of these websites 99-1, like 1% out of 100 have anything worthwhile. So you got to do a checkup from the neck up. You got to look at your whole presentation, your photographs, what you write, what you say. You got to sound intelligent. You got to look attractive. You got to not give false impressions to men. They don't like it. I don't like it. I like a smart woman. I like a great looking woman. She doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody says, these women say, well, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Well, hello. We're all old enough to know that. Okay? I mean, we all know the sun comes up in the east, so don't be telling us that nobody's perfect. That just sounds so stupid and inane. And, wow. Well, you get the picture. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to be blunt. Okay? Maybe some of you might think, oh, he's brutal. Well, then let it be so. Okay? I'm not here to talk about average and mediocre. It's either excellence or go home. Go home to mama. Okay, but at this point, you need to get your act together. So, anyway, I've got more to talk about regarding this, but I think this is a good start. So, anyway, we'll talk to you later about this. Oh, and P.S., don't write me. I mean, if you're going to say something stupid and not smart, then I'm not going to pay attention to you anyway. Okay, because it doesn't matter. Because, for one thing, me personally, I have a very high level of self-esteem and confidence. I'm not arrogant, but I'm confident. I will say that I'm bold. The other thing is, I don't fear rejection, and I'm not intimidated by anyone, anytime, anywhere. Okay, so that'll give you a little bit of who I am and what I'm about. Your rejection of me means nothing. I mean, come on. I even have a business book that's called Reject Me, I Love It. I don't have a problem with rejection. A lot of you people do. And that's why your self-esteem and your confidence is so low. Your self-image is so poor. Okay? You need to work on yourself. If you want the man of your dreams, if you want somebody to come and sweep you off your feet, you've got to be worthy of it. Don't just be looking at what the guy's got. You got to see what you bring to the table. Okay? So, there's your homework for tonight. All right? Talk to you later.